Alright guys, welcome back to another Opera Omnia video where we're going to be talking about Basch, who's going to be getting his C90 and his rework eventually. I know, it's really weird that Square Enix has not released Basch, but yet they decided to release Ignis 5 days early before his actual release with the Theodore and Titus banners. So you never know, he might pop up alongside with Titus as the replacement for Ignis, or he might just be released in the future at some point. I really don't know what's going on with Square in terms of releasing Basch's C90 and his rework, but you know, in case he does get released on the Titus banner or in a future banner, I'm going to go ahead and release this video so that way you guys know what to expect whenever he does get his C90 and his rework. So for those who may not know about Basch, this video is going to be perfect for you guys so that way you know what is going to be coming up with his release. And for those who already have his kit, well, guess what? You're going to now know what his upgrades are going to be. So as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future Opera Omnia content. And again, since we do not know the exact date for when he's going to be released, don't come at me just because you know, he's not released on the Titus banner by chance or something like that. I'm just releasing this in case he actually decides to finally show up. But anyways though, let's go ahead and jump into the video and talk about his rework and his C90. So Basch's rework to his skill 1 now becomes a 5-hit AoE melee brave plus an AoE HP attack 3 times. He increases his brave by 30% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack. His skill 2 becomes a 4-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 3 times that increases his brave by 30% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last. He also increases the party brave by 30% of the HP damage dealt after the last HP attack. His LD rework is now a 4-hit AoE melee brave plus HP attack 4 times that increases the brave by 30% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack except for the last. Now his LD buff, Indomitable, increases the party brave regen by 100% of the current HP. Previously it was 70%. They also added a self 20% HP damage up. With his C90, his EX extension turns his EX ability into a 6-hit melee brave plus an HP attack 2 times that deals 50% splash HP damage after each HP attack. He increases the EX recast speed by 10% and increases brave by 30% of the HP damage dealt after each HP attack. The plus version of his EX ability, which can be obtained if his HP is greater than 50% of the max HP, deals 3 HP dumps instead of 2. His EX buff also got some new add-ons, giving the party a 20% brave and HP damage up. His C65 extension got extended to 4 turns and adds an additional 10% attack up, now being a total of 30%, and a 30% brave damage cap up. So why pull for Basch? Now this is specifically for those who don't have his kit or his LD or whatever it is that you're missing out of Basch. For those that already have him, you should be pretty familiar with what he already does. You know, he is a tank that redirects AoE HP attacks to him. His LD buff, that HP heals back to 50% max HP if his HP falls below 50% after receiving an HP attack, and he does have some small party auras. The difference between Basch and other tanks is that Basch does not cover single target attacks if by chance the lock debuff goes away onto the enemy, so you definitely got to be careful on that. But the convenient thing about him is the fact that, like, he is able to redirect all of those AoE HP attacks. You know, most of the other tanks nowadays, they do have party HP damage resist up, but aside from that, they don't really cover AoE damage. You know, they help reduce it, but they don't do what Basch does in terms of basically just sending all of the HP damage over to him. And the fact that now with his LD buff, he is able to recover HP if his HP does fall below that 50% mark is really good, because that'll help him in tanking any types of attacks like that. Now, of course, if he does get hit by multiple HP attacks, then that's going to be a different story, because depending on the amount of HP damage that is dealt onto him, he may not survive, regardless of him having last stand. Because if you keep continuing, or if he continues to take multiple HP attacks, it's not going to be a nice day. But other than that, I mean, like, it really just depends if you are wanting a tank that is able to cover. I mean, that's the biggest thing about Basch, is that he is able to tank those AoE HP attacks. You know, there are other tanks, like I mentioned, that have their differences, but this is like the biggest thing when it comes to Basch. Now, if you don't need him, or if you are still waiting on Zac, because I know a lot of players are very much hyped up for Zac, especially with his BT effect, basically redirecting all of the attacks over to him, and he is able to cover whatever attacks are incoming, and he becomes immortal. Then, you know, I can definitely understand why players who don't have Basch's kit but are wanting Zac more would probably pass up on Basch whenever they do decide that they want to release him. So I can definitely understand a lot of players actually passing up on him, if anything. So, but aside from that though, like, if you are needing yourself a tank that is able to cover AoE HP attacks, and he is able to recover HP if he does fall below the 50% mark, then he is not a bad option at all to pick up if you do have the resources to grab him. So other than that though, guys, that's gonna be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think about Basch down in the comment section below with the rework that he is going to be getting. And again, since we don't know exactly when he's going to be released, I just went ahead and did this video in case he does get released with the release of Theodore and Titus, or I guess in the future if he doesn't come out on the Titus banner. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video.